Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain, back for some more Dungeons & Dragons Online. So here we are, continuing off in the Sharn quest chain. If you're looking on how to get there, please check out my previous video there, a Sharn welcome. It will show you exactly how to get here. Alright, so for this part here, we do want to talk to Zeleth Crowspire. She gives us a quest called Red Rain. And again, our quest entrance is going to be the ship here. And let's get this one. So this one is a bit of a longer one here. It has you go all the way through the kind of like the poor district. Ooh, a little too early on that death ward. There we go. So the first thing we need to do is talk to Zeleth here. And the option that we need to check is I'm ready to go. Where should I head? And she'll give you some she'll open up the secret door and allow you to push on. Alright, so as you see, if you run fast enough, you'll get the misadventure bonus for the door, which is awesome. And we're going to have a person here. Now, we can talk to them, and it'll give us an option to speak to more of the residents. So now we have two directions that we can head. You do need to head down both, so we are going to start heading north, and just start down this path here. Now, as we're going here, we are going to come across some enemies. So we just got to be a little bit careful, as again, Sharn is a little bit newer, so they still have a little bit more hit points than some of the other older area quests. This is also where they added in our goblins for the first time, which again can now be seen out in the Borderlands quests. Alright, once you fight your way through that group of guys, we do have a door. Inside here there are 3 clues. So every time you need to find clues, there will always be 3. Now these are located at the back here, all the way at the back, right here. So we got list of debts, we've got the gambling ticket, then of course we have the body. Now once we've talked to them, we do need to disperse the gang members. So heading back down the hall into the main room here, we'll see them right here. Now you can actually talk to this poison slinger using a diplomacy or an intimidate. You can actually persuade them to just let you pass. If you are, however, wanting to get the kills, a neat little trick is once you come back here, you can actually close the gate, and pulling the lever doesn't actually close the gate, but will activate these guys as essentially you try to lock them in there, and this will allow you to kind of head back in and get the kills if you so choose, or of course you can just fight them right then and there. It's kind of a dealer's choice on how you want to proceed. Typically speaking, for speed, obviously just use the diplomacy them, and just keep going. So from here, we're going to head south. And essentially, we got to do the same thing. We got to go and find some clues. So the first little bit is we have some guys around the corner that come rushing at us. And we just want to head to the very back here. and then further south. Once we get to the very end, again, it's going to split off into two directions. You want to head off to the left, and this will lead you into the room we actually need to search. So the gambling hall here. Again, at the back, we have 3 objectives to click on. Once you click on all, just like before, we're going to have a group of guys. However, this time, you can't actually talk to them. You have to fight them. So a good place is right at the door. It creates a nice little choke point. And there we go. So that's that side. Now, that's the way you need to go. If at that point you're not worried about optionals, you can just head north and leave. Or you can head around the corner here. It has a bunch of breakables for you, as well as another person, one of the people for the Cogsgate residence. That's all for this side here. Once you've talked to both of those, like gone to the end and found the information on both those sections, you do want to head back here and talk to Zelith again. So she'll drop the gate, allowing you to proceed deeper in. Alright. So from here, again, just keep heading off to the west. We're going to have another person here that we can talk to. And then we need to head north. And we're going to keep heading north all the way around the edge until we get to a door. Of course, we're going to go through the door, and just like before, we need 3 more items. So we got the smuggler, we have the keg, and then we have the cauldron here in the corner. Once you interact with all 3, it does want you to again fight the gang members. Just like before, you kind of can't talk your way out of it. Alright, there we go. So once we've dealt with that group, we can again head south, and Zelith will be at our gate. Again, all you need to do is talk with her, and then proceed deeper inside once more. Again, watching out for those exploding spiders. Now, as the exploding spiders actually are enemies, they will count towards monsters killed if you kill them. If they self-detonate, they don't actually count towards that. Now you're going to want to continue south around the corner right up until this room. And in this room, you're not going to have to fight Zulkis. All you'll have to fight is the troll. So just talk to him and the troll will become active. Now the troll is not red named. It is orange named. So most crowd controlling effects will work, such as insta-killing and the like. Upon death, he spawns in shrines and a chest. Feel free to grab your loot, use a shrine if needed, and then we're going to continue deeper in. So further west, we're going to have another guy here. Talk to them, and it'll leave one left at this point. Now the location of these people, they are always the same, so just keep an eye out on that. And you're going to proceed until you see our good old friend Zelith again. Now if you notice, she has the same last name as that Zulkis. It turns out they're actually siblings. So this is basically where you inform her, and then we're going to head south. Alright, and now you got a long haul here. Now, right here, kind of a bit, you do have a side path. Inside the side path, we'll have a passive Medusa. Talking to her will give you a little extra experience. Basically, just ask if she's going to help or hinder you, and that's how you get your XP. Now, it doesn't actually count towards the Cogsgate residence. For that, we have another guy coming up further. So again, we have 3 pieces of information. Once you access all 3, it will again spawn in another group of guys, kind of the last one here. Alright, nice couple of revs. And that's where we're going to pick up, well, the last bit of evidence we need to basically figure out what's going on. So now we're going to head north up to Zelith again. And she'll let us through some of our last gates. Alright. So once that group is done, again, head on through. You will come up to another T section. We have a bunch of breakables here, as well as this will be our last resident. So again, a nice little chunk of XP. So doing the optionals in here, they are worthwhile, as you see. But just over 1,000 XP each. And we're going to go right up until we get to this door, which will be our end fight. We're going to see Urk, which this is another bit of unique. In this quest, we actually have enemies who are in a guild. The guild is called the Fallen, and that makes a little bit more sense once this fight is over. So as you're beating on him, he will spawn in enemies on the side. And some of these enemies, they do have rune arms and can do a fair amount of damage. So just watch yourself, as again, they are fairly difficult. Once they're all dead, of course, just beat on Urk until he dies and falls down. At this point, Zulkis is actually going to be casting something, and you'll notice that Urk kind of disappeared. The reason for that is going to be made apparent in later levels. Now, once you're done, you will see Zelith kind of walk back in here. Just talk to her to get the completion. So as you see, 15 minutes, 28,000 with the extra optionals. That's 38,000. Like, it is pretty good XP. And again, the chest here can contain some named items. I was sadly unlucky, but it does seem that Shira had looted one here, the Firestorm Conduit, which is a nice little quarterstaff. Fire lore, evocation, conjuration. You know, there's a lot of fire-based skills to that one. So you get some really nice caster weapons as well as some other really nice weapons. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one, all.